And welcome back to CentralCoastRadio.com, where we've got something very special that we want to talk about right now. For one night only, there is a show coming to Melbourne at the Palms called Dance BUENA VISTA. Now, this is an amazing show from what we've heard, and we can't wait to head along and check it out, but we thought we would actually get one of the main people behind it on the phone this morning to talk a little bit about it. Welcome to the program, Eric.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. And it's exactly, we will be back to the Crown Casino. We was last year for the first time in the premiere, and we back to the Crown Casino again in the 17th of June, 7/7.
So, Eric, tell us a little bit about this show. What can people expect who are heading along to check out Dance BUENA VISTA?
Dance BUENA VISTA is like a cocktail of music, dance, history, chivalry, passion, and for all over the top, the authenticity of Cuban culture.
So, Eric, how did you become involved with the show? Tell us a little bit about your journey with the show so far.
Okay, it's a little bit long guy. We go to the old point, but squeeze a little bit. I dancing with Buena Vista Social Club since the beginning of the phenomenon, when they win the Grammy. So maybe 3 years later, 1998, 1999, I started dancing with them because I was a traditional social dance all my life. And I involved in the process at Hotel Nacional with el maestro, the Hands of Gold, Guillermo Rubalcaba. And through this line, the producer of the bar at Buena Vista, the new company coming outside of Cuba in 2004, I was the lead, became the lead dancer, the choreographer of the show for the last 22 years.
Wow.
And this show now, for example, Dance BUENA VISTA, after the COVID process, because the show working with guys between 60 to 98 years old, because the situation with the COVID, we stopped touring for the last 3 years, and myself and my manager, Oscar Zúñiga, decided to make this tribute, not just to the old guys pass away, but make the tribute and put on the stage once again to my history, life, put on top the passion of people even living outside the Cuba, still love the music and bring back this flavor to Australian audience.
One of the amazing things about this show is not only does it capture the culture of Cuba, but also the history of Cuba. What did that mean to you, being able to put that history into this show as well?
For me, it's a compromise with my people. It's a compromise with the musicians and artists, with that legacy I get for my masters, because I living with them for the last 20 years. They are not only see them performing and sparkling and their age, it's just because I am one of the member of this cast when I get really younger, and now I am in my 54. It's a really make dream alive for me.
Yep. And how did you put the cast together for this? It's got an absolutely amazing cast. Did you go back to Cuba to find the cast to put together for this show?
It's a really good question, and nobody asked me that before, and it's good. I appreciate it, because it's about the result of when people left their country. They are not only take their clothes, they are take their culture.
Yep.
If you are an artist, whatever you do, you take this experience with you, because when you born in between music, religion, and art, they will be in your blood. For that, for me, was a long journey, because at the same time, I touring around the world. I live in 7 years in Germany, and I live in 15 years in Australia. I'm really happy this country opened the door for me and let me build and pass and inspire dancers and musicians to go follow my dream to protect, defend, and try to put together Cuban culture wherever I step. And I have the opportunity to have few dancers get really in love with the Cuban culture, participate, How? Participate in all the festivals around Australia since 2009. And after that, infected younger dancers, older dancers, even to the age of 80 years, to go follow me, believe, and get interested on learn properly Cuban dance and get interested to learn the Cuban culture. And I get dancers are from Mexico, from Salvador, musicians from Bolivia, musicians from Argentina, Australian musicians, and people from Cuba. And also, I carry on with me in this second edition, I carry on one of the legendary rumberos.
Wow.
It's Alberto Alcalá. He is Cuban guy, of course. And he's with me. After 15 years, we're planning to do it something together. He was the choreographer for Havana Night, and now he's with me in the cast as a special guest. And the musical director, for example, Lázaro Numa Pompa, is one of the luminary musicians living outside the Cuba, touring with all the greatest bands, Afro-Cuban All Stars, and now is with the Inspire, amazing Australian band touring the world. He's the musical director, and also in his 35 years, he write 2 CDs, but the authentic Cuban music. Mostly of the 90% of this cast are defenders and lovers of Cuban culture.
Wow. Well, I definitely cannot wait for the show. But Eric, I've got to ask, going right back before the Buena Vista Social Club, when did you first fall in love with dance, and what was it that made you fall in love with dance?
That is a good question too. When you born in a town like Guanabacoa, or the heart of Havana, the east of Cuba, we born, listen to music, listen to the tradition of the religion, because it's like another cocktail, the first cocktail. Religion, culture, tradition, and happiness, because it's what we do. My grandfather was a musician, member of my family musician, and you born in a town when everybody, we celebrate every year. We have many justifications to celebrate and infected each other from the child. We already start dancing. I started dancing at 9 years old, and I always, in my family, my parents, my friends, we dancing, and I growing in the dance scene, but also Guanabacoa is a really rich culture town, and I was really younger. My family take care of I being sensitive about this part, and also I start working all my life in culture in my past. I am artistic director in 1996. I am a dancer and host of the night life in Havana, introducing and presenting the top Cuban band since 1991. And I always working in the carnivals, big amazing party like the Alberto Alcalá, the King of Rumba. We growing together, and we meet and get friends in 1987, and since this till today, we push the journey together, like he's in the rumba and I am in the son. And son and rumba is one of the 2 more important elements in Cuban culture.
Wow. Well, Eric, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us today, and also thank you so much for bringing the Cuban culture right around the world. It has been amazing to watch you over the years. And I guess to finish off the interview, what would you like to say to people who are thinking about heading along to check out Dance Buena Vista at the Palms at Crown Casino on Saturday the 17th of June?
I recommend, I invited to our entire Australia community, specifically the Melbourne community, to come along and have and enjoy my cast, all the dancers, singing, musicians, to join us, to have 2 hours, just 2 hours to set of 1 hour, to join us, to touch, see, and feel the vibration and the power of Cuban culture. 17th of June, 7:30 at the Palm and Crown Casino.
Definitely. Well, we hope a lot of our listeners will head along to check out that show. And for all of the listeners out there, the ticket information is up on our website, but it is on at Crown Casino at the Palms on the 17th of June. Eric, thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us today. It's been an absolute honor having you on the show.
Absolutely welcome, and that's what we do. That's how we born. That's how we die. Dance is my life.